What's up, you guys? It's James here. Welcome back to another video. Okay, I'm hoping I could get this video done with. Okay, we're gonna switch to the wide angle. MacBook Pro is back. It's returned. It's back in action. It's up and running. So this thing's been through so much. I've sunk money into it. It's like a bottomless pit. It just keeps taking money. It's been through 2 keyboard swaps. It has a new hard drive cable. It has an SSD, which that's like, standard upgrades, stuff I added on myself to make it better, along with the MagSafe charger, so we don't count those. But my friend got me a MagSafe port because I didn't need the logic board, which that ended up dying, so we're using the original one, which that swap caused me to have to get a new new keyboard, because I ripped the cable. The first part I actually broke on it was the little thing on this side, because I was being stupid taking it apart when I didn't have any of the parts for it. And I did get a new one. I haven't installed it yet because I haven't gotten it yet, but it's been ordered. I actually got the hard drive cable and my MagSafe battery pack stand before even, getting that piece. Hopefully I get it today, as of recording this video. By the way, this is going to be a quick one. We're not editing or anything, because I'm using the iPhone 11, which 64 gigabytes. It's my main phone, so I can't delete much from it, because the iPhone 10 is broken. I got an iPhone 10 recently. It's a 256 gigabyte one. It has no more Face ID. That's my fault. I accidentally ripped the cable trying to take the screen off because it needs a new screen. But yeah, the iPhone 10 will be the camera device once I get it fixed. But yeah, second keyboard. So the original keyboard and the iFixit one I had, the little caps lock light was green. This one's white. Also, this thing's had parts taken out of it to put in another MacBook Pro, which I in turn swapped those shittier parts into this computer because the thing was dead at the time. I actually have the footage on my Windows laptop. I will get the video edited. I promise. I'll get it done at some point. I don't know when, because I always forget about it. I procrastinate too much, which is the issue, which is why the channel's kind of fallen downhill. But, it's got a crunchy sounding super drive. Also, as you can see, it like the bottom, so I swapped the bottom case and stuff, but as you can see, it doesn't, move anymore. And that's because I had to improvise with this, because it was missing some of the feet, and there's some melted plastic on the inside, which I cleared out. But I had like this little tray thing that, like, it's up here, that little tray. It had these little rubber feet on it, which these are luckily big enough to stick out of the hole a little bit, but not fall all the way through. And it sticks out enough to where it doesn't slide on my table anymore. There's a piece of tape on the bottom of this. But yeah, I had to get new screws, which I can't even fit one in here because one of the temporary screws I had completely widened out the hole. So yeah, that's lovely. More money being dropped into this. But yeah, it's got a 2009 bottom cover with the wrong serial number now. Speaking of 2009 MacBook Pro, but yeah, as you can see, the nice thing about MacBooks is the way they open. My school laptop, like the Chromebook I have, even my $750 Windows 11 laptop from HP would do this, like basically when I try to open it. But the MacBooks have always had that nice capability. Now I'll go to about this MacBook Pro. It says mid-2009. I don't know what's up with that. That's not true. This is not a mid-2009. This is a mid-2012. Yeah, it does say it's running macOS Ventura and everything. That's not even the actual serial number. I went into OpenCore, and apparently it thinks it's like, here, let me give you a new serial number. But yeah, it's running Ventura, which was so hard to get to install on this thing, because I had a USB drive with all the like files and stuff on it. So I was like, oh, easy transfer to the SSD, because the SSD wouldn't work. I thought it was dead, but it was my hard drive cable that was damaged, because it wouldn't, like, I thought the SSD had gone through so much pain, despite not even having it for a year, like being used for a year, that it would not format in disk utility. But it was the cable, because what happened was I put it in my Toshiba Windows laptop that I have, booted into a Windows Vista installer to see if I could find the drive, erase it, and boot in, like try to see if I could erase it and everything. It worked. Then I looked at the cable, I was like, oh, it's messed up. So I got a new cable. I got the new little sleep-wake sensor / battery thing. I haven't installed it yet because I haven't gotten it yet, like I said. But yeah, I got the keyboard because when the logic board swap happened, yeah. Shoot. But yeah, this thing, I had to actually go and install Catalina, get the patcher and everything. Tried installing Sonoma, it didn't work. Tried installing Ventura, it didn't work. So like, all right, I made a big partition. Takes up most of the space. macOS Monterey, because I installed Monterey first, worked just fine. Then I installed Ventura through the little installer app, which I have on here for Sonoma. We're gonna try this later today. I'm hoping it worked because I tried it already and it wasn't wanting to work, but I actually was able to do it through the app. I couldn't do it with Monterey because when I was in Catalina, it was like, this Mac is not compatible, even though I was booted into the Catalina partition through the patcher. It wouldn't work. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's running great. You know, now with the new hard drive cable, it runs smoothly. I've had barely any lag with it. It does still have 4 gigabytes of RAM, but that can be upgraded. Also, sorry if I cough through the video. My voice has been getting kind of strained. Probably shouldn't be doing these videos right now, but, you know, we'll get through it. Yeah, the disk drive, actually, I've never even bothered to test it because I don't have a disk that I know if, that, like, I don't care if it gets stuck in there. Yeah, no webcam because I ripped the cable a long time ago. But yeah, the rubber feet actually, like, hold it down pretty well because, like, I have to kind of push on it to get it to move, but before I put the feet on it, it would, like, the MacBook itself would, like, move forward a lot just when I tried opening and closing the lid. Yeah, this thing's running great. You know, I'm going to try to update to Sonoma, try to get that thing running on the latest because AirBuddy doesn't recognize my USB-C AirPods Pro. I did update AirBuddy to the latest. It's my AirPods because they're too new. Because my iPhone 10 wouldn't, on iOS 16, wouldn't even detect these. It detected my knockoff ones, like normal. Because these are fake ones that my friend got scammed out of. I actually gave him a pair of first-gen AirPods Pro for these because he had like the regular second gens and he was trying to get them cheap, get the AirPods Pro cheap, and yeah, that didn't end well. But yeah, we got these ones. They pop up. There we go. I got these ones from my friend recently because he couldn't get them to pair to his phone, so he bought a whole new pair of AirPods, and then he just said I could have these if I figured them out. I could just keep them. So yeah, these are like just some spare AirPods, you know, that I use to, you know, when I need them. Which I can actually jailbreak the iPad mini and get AirPods Pro to work on it. I can actually do a video on that. But yeah, the AirPods Pro 2, the headphone, like the 2.5 gen is what I dub these. The USB-C version, the 2023 models, because they're actually slightly different, the AirPods themselves, than the 2022/Lightning version/second gen. So these are the 2.5s. It's like the iPod Classic, you know, the 5.5 gen was a slightly upgraded version of the 5th gen. So these are just the 2.5 gen. If they have USB-C by factory, 2.5 gen. Perfect name for it, you know? Like the fake ones are modeled after the 2nd gen, the 2022s. Yeah, these work decently. No noise cancellation, no transparency, plastic hinge, but they work. They have that really terrible speaker in it. These work great. Now that I have my iPhone 11, I can use Find My. Yeah, the MacBook, not done. It's getting more stuff added to it. I'm going to put more RAM in it. I'll max it out to 16 gigabytes. I'm going to try to, like, you know, get Sonoma installed on it. It ran fine. Sonoma ran really, like, clean on it until my logic board gave out and died. I don't think it was related to that. I think I had a faulty logic board. Because I did notice some things looked weird on the board itself. It looked like it was damaged. But, yeah, this thing, you know, I could, to cheaply fix this, I can actually just buy a new cable instead of having to buy a whole new assembly. But I break things a little too easily. So, I might just spend the extra money and get a new lid. Besides, this thing is kind of dented and scratched up, and the metal itself has to be taped down onto the thing because it doesn't work. But yeah, look at that, you know. This works so much better than my school Chromebook. And the Chromebook I have from that the school, like, you know, issued out to, like, all the people that are, the only students at the school I go to that have them are the seniors. They're the 2019 Lenovo Chromebook 100E 2nd gen. In other words, total piece of garbage that shouldn't exist. And it doesn't help that my school puts so much bloatware on it that it doesn't run properly. My trackpad, because I've had this thing since I was a junior, I'm a senior now, my trackpad doesn't like to click anymore. Like, it'll click, but it doesn't even think that I clicked it. I go to the library, because they're the ones we have to go to with those issues, and they're like, oh, did you try clearing the cache? It's a hardware issue. You have to smack that thing to get it to work. And it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM and it's got an AMD A4. I don't even think that's a good processor. But this thing has an Intel Core i5 from 2012 and 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it's running an unsupported version of Mac OS. Like, it's running something that's too new to run on it, and it's running it just fine. Meanwhile, those Chromebooks can barely handle Chrome OS and all the crap that my school puts on it. Because they have a thing constantly like mirroring the screen and stuff. It's annoying. Yeah, the MacBook, perfect. I do hate on Chromebooks a lot, but I actually did have a Chromebook, which I had 2 of them. I'm using them now to hold up my Windows laptop because they're dead. But I enjoyed them while I had them. Well, the one that I used the most, I installed Linux through this cool stuff you can do with developer mode, and I had like a SD card with the Linux installation on it because these only had 16 gigabytes. Then my storage just failed. This one died because I tried installing Windows on it and completely screwed it up. Yep. I mean, if I get the tools and stuff for this, I can actually get this one, possibly even get it working again. The other one's borked unless I knew how to do micro soldering, then it would work. But yeah, I also don't want to attempt trying to replace the cable itself, because if I break this, then I'm just going to have a headless MacBook, and then, I mean, at least I'm ordering an adapter for my monitor, but still, I don't want to do that. Trackpad still works fine. It's kind of iffy sometimes, but that's because of me. Like, my hands sometimes don't stay still enough, so it thinks I'm trying to click and drag. The light works. But yeah, once I get this thing fixed up, it will be perfect. But yeah, the custom feet really help. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.